Fires, hurricanes. Oh my. Fires, hurricanes. Oh my. Riots. Burning of cities. Burning of the forest. Oh, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So, up here in Canada, Justin Trudeau wants to steal our guns. As of next year, if you have an airsoft rifle, pellet rifle, it'll be all illegal and you'll be a criminal. Thankfully, people are protesting. In Ontario, Ottawa, I think there was 5,000 people. 5,000 people protesting in Ottawa, Ontario, because Justin Trudeau wants to steal our guns and make law-abiding citizens criminals. But this is how it starts, right? First, they lock us down, strip us of our civil rights, our Charter of Rights, and then they take our guns away. Why do they want to take our guns away? So we can't defend ourselves. Unfortunately, up in Canada, we don't have the Fourth Amendment or Second Amendment. Canada's been pretty hard on guns for a long time, because we've been ran by liberals for decades. We had a conservative government for a little while, a couple of years, but we've always had a conservative government. We've had conservative governments. We've had conservative governments and stuff, but for the most part, from my time on this planet, my 4 decades on this planet, Canada's mostly been run by liberals, and so we have really shitty gun laws anyway. But Justin Trudeau wants to take airsoft guns away. He wants to take pellet guns away, 410s away, because he's an idiot who knows nothing about anything. Just a puppet for the globalist masters. But when people start taking your guns away, that's pretty scary, man. Because that means that the populace is unarmed. Obviously, if you really want to hurt somebody, you can hurt somebody with whatever you got handy. But it's not hard to kill this meat sack, right? So if you're really content on killing someone, no matter how many guns you take away, they'll find a way to kill you. And plus cops get to carry guns, so what if you got bad cops that just want to go and shoot people? Are we going to end up being like the UK, where cops don't even have guns? Maybe that's a good thing, maybe. But most people in the UK would rather have guns, police officers with guns, and I'm sure that there's police officers in the UK that actually want guns, especially now with all the problems in the UK right now, with the plague that's on the earth right now and the globalist agenda. What's happening in the UK right now, it's pretty ridiculous. What's happening in Australia is pretty ridiculous. We got to keep an eye on Australia. This COVID thing, again, I'm talking about COVID again, but it's fucked up. Computing Forever has been doing tireless work. David Cullen been doing tireless work on the whole COVID thing. And in Ireland, he's waking up a lot of people. A lot of people went out and protested against the lockdowns and the mask wearing and all that other stuff. I think there was like, I can't remember what he said, but he did a little skit. He did a video on it a couple days ago, a day ago or so. In Ireland, the people are protesting, standing up. Like, I think it was like, you know, I want to say 10,000, but I'm not sure because I wasn't really paying that much attention. But it's a good sign. It's a good sign that people are waking up to the tyranny that these governors and government officials, senators and government officials are enforcing on the people. They're stripping us of our rights. And now in Canada, they want to take our guns away, like airsoft, pellet guns, 410s, birdshot. So basically, Justin Trudeau wants to take all of our guns away, and I don't like that idea. Like, unfortunately, in Canada, we don't have the Second Amendment, so we got pretty strict gun laws anyways in Canada. Maybe that's why we don't have so much, well, we don't have many gun murders anyways, but people still get shot with guns all the time, hunting accidents or whatever, you know, Dick Cheney style murder. Oh, let's go hunting. Pow. Oh, sorry, it was an accident. Yeah, no, I don't like guns anyway, but I don't like guns. Guns are pretty violent. I don't like guns. I think that if you had to stand toe-to-toe with someone, or be like medieval times when you actually had to fight somebody and look them in the face before you actually kill them, I think there would be a lot less war. Humans are violent anyway, so it doesn't matter how many guns they take away or whatever, because humans are violent. And if somebody has their heart set on killing you, they will kill you. And unfortunately, you know, when the government starts taking your guns away, you really gotta really worry about it, because one of the reasons why the United States has never been invaded is because of the armed populace. And one of the reasons why it keeps the government in check as well, right? It keeps the government in check as well, because if you have an armed populace, then they can't force these totalitarian rules on you. They can't force you to do stuff, because if you have an armed populace, then they have a couple more things to worry about, right? Mass death, mass shootings, whatever. But you know, just because they take our guns away doesn't prevent guns from coming into the country illegally. I'd rather have gun regulations than no guns. Like, I don't personally like guns. I'd rather have would rather have a sword or something like that. I'd rather go hand to hand than shoot somebody. But that's just me. I like shooting guns. I like hunting. Well, actually, I don't like hunting. I don't like killing things, period. But if I had to, I would like to, you know, if I had to, I would hunt. And, you know, if I want a gun to protect my property, if I had property, then, you know, especially with all these riots going on, these people have guns. You know, criminals have guns. So if somebody wants to come into my house and rape my wife and you know, kill me and rape my wife and kill my children and stuff, I'd like to be able to protect myself a little bit, because, you know, they have guns. If they're criminals, they got guns. So you take law-abiding citizens' guns away, then there's no protection. Or what are we supposed to do? Rely on the police? Rely on the police? Like, come on, man. Joe Biden. If anything about Joe Biden, he'll go down in history as his catchphrase of the decade. Come on, man. No, I don't like children. Come on, man. No, I don't go around smelling girls' hairs. Come on, man. Are you a junkie? Are you on crack? Come on, man. Anyways. No, it's scary when they want to take your guns away. And Canadians, my fellow Canadians, they need to, there's like 5,000 people protesting in Ottawa yesterday. I think it was around 5,000. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Obviously our media is ran by the government, so you can't get an honest answer in Canada about anything on the media. Legacy media groups. It's worse in the States. Like, actually, quite literally, it's worse in the States for our media, because our media is totally controlled by the Liberal government. So even the fact that Justin Trudeau was charged for pedophilia or having sex with a minor when he was a drama teacher, you don't hear about it. The only reason why anybody heard about it is because it went on the interweb and they talked about it. But he paid off some young girl, $2.5 million. Like, that was a few years back when he was a drama teacher. And then he calls himself a feminist, but then there's all sorts of charges against him, like inappropriate touching and sexual harassment and all sorts of things. Word to the wise, if a man calls himself a feminist, he's probably a fucking dickhead. And he doesn't care about women. The only reason why the only reason why any man would call himself a feminist is because he wants to get with these girls, right? But mind you, there's not too many good-looking feminists. I think that's part of the reason why women become feminists, actually, is because they can't get laid. They're usually fat, ugly, overweight, purple hair. Not always, obviously. You can't generalize like that, but if you call yourself a feminist, if you're a man and you call yourself a feminist, you basically chop off your own nuts and you believe the lie. You become the lie, because there's no self-respecting man would ever call himself a feminist. Especially in this fourth age of feminism, it's toxic. It's horrible. If you're a man and you call yourself a feminist, you're a fucking, I don't know, soy boy, cack, whatever. Into cockholding. You're into your woman dominating you and emasculating you. Women don't like that. Women don't like men who are weak and subservient. The feminists may say so, but no. Women just don't like subservient men. They would rather have a man take control of the situation. But anyways, feminists. I don't have much love for feminists, period. Because I just really don't have much love for feminists. I believe in equal rights. I believe that women are as good as men in certain aspects, but men are better at certain things than women. I don't buy into the whole fucking, women can do whatever a man can do, because I know for a fact they can't. But they might be able to do it, but it never ever, a woman no man wants a woman who wants to. No man wants a woman to compete with. Like a man and a woman, it's yin and yang. You know, a man and a woman need to work together and not, have this tug of war between who's better and who's worse. You know, it's like a woman is really great at certain things and a man's really good at other things. You know, not saying that women can't do what a man can do, but generally speaking, men just are better at certain things than women, and women are certainly better at certain things than men. And that's just the natural order of things. And if you're going against the natural order of things, then you're going against nature. And why do you want to go against nature? You know, nature is nature. You know, we have evolved to a certain degree where, we don't kill each other for a loaf of bread anymore. And, actually, that's not true. If it gets any worse here and the economy gets any worse, people will be killing people for loaves of bread. People will be, because as soon as you take our civil liberties away and once they complete the dehumanization of people who look like me, will be victimized, and they're already trying to dehumanize us, and they are dehumanizing us. And once that happens, and those people who bend the knee to Black Lives Matter, those people are shameful. Those people are shameful, and they need to be eradicated. They need to be wiped out. Anybody who would bend the knee to Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, they started all these fires. I don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of fires in Canada right now too. Like I've said yesterday or the day before, rumor has it that Black Lives Matter, Antifa came up and started forest fires on the border. Started fires on the border here from Washington and Idaho. So I don't know where they came from. They could have come from Coeur d'Alene, or I don't know. Like it's not very far to any major city around here. Like as soon as you cross the border, it's like 2 hours to Newport, Washington, and then there's a bunch of little towns, and Coeur d'Alene is a pretty big place, and so is Sandpoint, and it's not very far from here. I think Sandpoint is, God, I don't even know, 4 hours away, not even. I don't know. Coeur d'Alene's not very far away. From where I am, because I live right on the border, right? So like the border's like 12, 13 kilometers away. It's pretty close. And then the first city is only like 12. There's lots of little towns here and there all the way down. The United States has 300 and some odd million people. So obviously there's little towns that spread out all across. I don't know where these Antifa and Black Lives Matter came from. But 34 people died of the fires in the States right now. In California, 34 people have died. And so this whole chaos that's happened in the last, how many months has it been? How many months has it been since the riots started? Can't remember. So 34 people have died from the fires, just by the fires. Over 30 people have been murdered with these riots, all in the United States. In Canada, again, we can't trust the media in Canada, so they're not talking about it. But, Black Lives Matter is in Montreal, Antifa's in Montreal. Black Lives Matter and Antifa are in Toronto, obviously, and Calgary, obviously. In Vancouver, obviously. Yeah, what's really strange is that these Democrats, these liberals, they seem to worship criminals. They seem to worship criminals. All the people who have died, not all, of course, on the right side of history, those people were innocent, but the people, the Black Lives Matter people and stuff that have been killed, a lot of them, there was a pedophile that got killed, there was a crackhead that got killed. George Floyd was a crackhead, and he was on fentanyl and all sorts of other bullshit. And he was a criminal. He was an absolute criminal. He held a gun to a pregnant woman's belly while he raped her and didn't rape her, but he robbed her. And the other guy was trying to rape the last guy that got killed by cops. He was trying to rape some woman, and she called the cops, and the cops were looking for him, and then the cops killed him because he was reaching for a gun and shit. Like, come on, man. These Black Lives Matters, they seem to worship criminals, and they are criminals. A lot of them are criminals. Like, obviously, I'm generalizing, but a lot of the people that were shot by the cops, they were actual really bad criminals. So why do we have to worship them? Why are they worshiping them? Why are they putting them on an altar? And then they're not actually supporting the innocent people who have been shot, like that little 5-year-old boy that got shot by a black man right in the face. Nobody talks about the women that have been raped by Black Lives Matter in the name of Black Lives Matter. Nobody talks about all the violence that Black Lives Matter has created. And then, it's ridiculous. Anybody who bends the knee to Black Lives Matter, they need to be shamed. They need to be shamed and canceled, because they're absolutely ignorant and they have no idea what they're talking about. But anyways, it's crazy, man. It's a crazy, crazy world that we're living in right now. And I just want to implore Canadians, if there's any Canadians that see my videos or whatever, find your town, protest against your, assemble against your governments, because once they take our guns away, we're pretty much fucked, right? So, because that doesn't give us any protection against totalitarian rule that is about to come. And so I just implore you guys to do your research and write letters to the Trudeau government. And we don't have the Second Amendment, but we do have. We need to not get our guns taken away. Thank you, and hopefully I'll post this sometime today. And if it looks good, and I'll do it. I don't care if it doesn't look good. I just want people to know that I'm still alive, still kicking. I'm gonna keep on trying to do something interesting daily. Maybe not daily, but upload schedule will be, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I don't matter. I just want to put something out there in the world. Try to reach as many people as I possibly can. Thank you, and have a great day.